This is the best trip ever.
Say that every year.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'm exhausted. Daniel.
An American woman was traveling from the United States to Colombia. It was a long journey, and she had been on the go for several days. The first day of her trip, she went without incident. But then suddenly, everything changed.
Couldn't take it no more, so I left the matrix.
And my money just tripled. I had a good time and it cost me a little. So I found peace, tranquility, faith in my abilities.
I couldn't take no more, so I left the matrix.
Good day, my people. This is Profe Gayu with another week of Dominican news, accompanied with an expat travel story. I have 3 local stories and 1 travel story, so stay tuned.
Dímelo, profe, ¿qué lo que pasa, profe Gayu?
The first story covers the 2024 Dominican presidential race. In 2024, the Dominican presidential elections will be held. There are currently 3 main candidates. The incumbent candidate, President Luis Abinader, who represents the Modern Revolutionary Party, PRM, Abel Martinez, who represents the Dominican Liberation Party, PLD, and the former president, Leonel Fernandez, who represents the People's Force Party, FP. The Modern Revolutionary Party, PRM, led by Luis Abinader, has more of a center-left social democratic ideology, and one of its main goals is to rid the country of corruption. This is evident in the early days of Abinader's presidency, when everyone saw a wave of politicians and public officials being prosecuted for corruption. This party currently has the most seats in both chambers of Congress. I made a video a couple of years ago breaking down the levels of government in the Dominican Republic, so you can check that video out up there above. The Dominican Liberation Party, PLD, led by Abel Martinez, has a conservative-leaning social democratic ideology. This is the party that took control after Trujillo's dictatorship in 1963. Abel Martinez was once the leader of the Chamber of Deputies, or House of Representatives for Americans, and this party dominated much of the Dominican government in the last 30 years. This was once the party of former President Leonel Fernandez, who lost in 2020 to Luis Abinader. The People's Force Party, FP, formerly Dominican Workers' Party, led by Leonel Fernandez, is a new militant party with strong ties to the old Dominican Liberation Party, the old PLD. So, which leader is best for the Dominican Republic? Well, let's see the public's opinion. Based on the latest poll by Consulting Research Group, Luis Abinader is at 36%, Abel Martinez is at 31%, and Leonel Fernandez is at 20%. I will continue to keep you all updated, so just stay tuned, and you'll be getting more updates on my channel on the race. The second story covers an American couple from Brooklyn. Now, this American couple in puertoplata is asking the president of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, for assistance. This American couple has sought the intervention of President Luis Abinader and other authorities to prevent their eviction from a villa they built 10 years ago in Cofresi, Puertoplata. They deemed the court ruling that orders the eviction as unfair and illegal. David and Brenda Horton expressed their surprise upon learning the decision issued by Judge Nassim Eduardo Ovalle, president of the Civil and Commercial Chamber of Court for First Instance of Puerto Plata. This ruling orders the eviction of 5 others located in Cofresi. The Hortons argued that Judge Obaye's decision was made without adhering to due process and effective judicial protection. It was in favor of a foreign company without a national taxpayer registry or commercial registry, despite the existence of a Supreme Court of Justice ruling so as not to lose their home located in Cofresi, puertoplata, where they live with their family. Here is the video of David Horton and his wife, Brenda Horton, explaining that they made the corresponding payment and that later they found out a problem with the title for which they went to court.
To Alexander Schaffler and Esmeralda. As just a few days ago, we were devastated to find out that how can a judge overrule the Supreme Court, especially a judge that has a relationship with the client's lawyer already? It just seems unfathomable.
I just don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Our grandchildren love it here. This is our home. How can somebody just take it?
Mr. President of this Dominican Republic, we're asking for your help to intervene on behalf of us, all us owners, and myself, Brenda and me, and the people of the Dominican Republic and the North Shore. Mr. President, I'm asking you, as a man that probably has grandchildren, can you imagine your country home is taken? Please, Mr. President of the Dominican Republic, and all the authorities, we need your help. We need your help.
They claim they obtained a favorable ruling from the Supreme Court of Justice, and yet the judge wants to revoke it in an arbitrary and illegal manner. They believe that such rulings could harm Puerto Plata's tourism and investment prospects and deter foreign investors at a time when efforts are being made to attract more capital in Puerto Plata and the rest of the North Coast. The third story I have is from Diario Libre, and this is about an Icelandic man who is missing in DR. Now, local authorities and Interpol are searching for 36-year-old Magnus Christian Magnusson, Icelandic, and Icelandic citizen, who is described as an outstanding table tennis player in Iceland. He speaks English and his native language, and according to his sister, he had entered the country via Las Americas International Airport on September 3rd and should have returned to Iceland on September 10th. He was a no-show on his flight. The family does not know his whereabouts. His sister, Reneveg Karl's daughter, has expressed concern for his safety and says they are desperately looking to locate Magnusson. On her Facebook page, she explains her brother cannot be reached by cell phone and there has been no activity on his social media accounts or his bank account. And last time was seen with a dark beard. So this last story is the travel story. And the story goes like this. An American woman was traveling from the United States to Colombia. It was a long journey. She had been on the go for several days, and the first day of her trip went by without incident, but suddenly everything changed. And this changed when she arrived in Mexico City. So when she arrived in Mexico City, she found herself surrounded by men who were trying to sell her drugs. The men were aggressive and pushy, and they followed her down the street, offering her cocaine and marijuana, even after she told them she was not interested in buying anything. After walking for about an hour in this area, one man grabbed her arm and put his hand over her mouth, so that she couldn't scream or run away. He told her that he would hurt her if she didn't give him money. So of course she gave him all the cash she had, which was about $100 in Mexican pesos. He released her immediately after taking the money from her purse and ran away with his friends before any police could arrive on the scene to arrest them for their crime. So look guys, the moral of the story is you are a woman traveling alone. You need to take extra precautions when traveling. Sometimes we may feel safe in the area, especially a tourist area, and we think, oh, all is good here, not realizing the danger that exists within this area. So that's all I got, mi gente. Thanks for tuning in, Profe Gallo, with this week's news in the Dominican Republic. Come back for more news next week, as well as other content. Peace.